Well, let's get to it. You know, the world is not taking Trinidad and Tobago football too seriously these days, and I can't really blame them. Okay, Trinidad just played Haiti. Let me get to it. Before the match, the the Americans were saying, well, it really is between Haiti and Saudi Arabia for the second spot. Trinidad is not a very good team. At least Saudi Arabia will be a real team for the Americans. And if from Trinidad, it might be a bit, but if you're a neutral person, you can understand why they spoke about Trinidad and Tobago like this. Perfectly understandable. Perfectly under. Hold on. Sorry, thought somebody was coming upstairs. All right, you know how it is. Big studio and thing. People just walk through the house. Um, so before the match, I'll be honest with you. I expected Trinidad to put up a better display. I said, look, we'll work on the defense. The midfield will work in tandem with the forward line, and I expected Haiti to be better in offense and midfield, but I expected us to have our ability to counter, and it was on the counter with Levi, Garcia, Spicer, and so on. I expected us to be dangerous. Whew, I was wrong. First of all, Haiti, Suriname, and Curacao. If you look at their players, most of them play in better leagues than the Trinidad players. What this means is that they have a good all-round solid team. And they remind me of the Trinidad team from 07 to 2020 in that maybe their defense is not great, but their midfield and forward line is not bad. They've got some skill and they can get you on the counter. They can defend hard and they will get their opportunities. And because they have skill, they can beat, they could dribble, they could pass, they could shoot. Something will happen. And you know, Haiti was going through our defense a bit too easily. They were getting behind the defense a bit too easily. Some last minute defendings, a bit of the offside rule was saving us. Um, no doubt until they got their red card, Haiti was outplaying us. I did expect better from Trinidad. The short pass was not working, and like against Ghana, when the short pass was not working, we seemed lost. We did not seem to know how to spray a ball to either side of the field, how to make the long pass work. Other than Alvin Jones, who was not the field today, they don't seem to know how to use a long pass sometimes. And they would try to get, on the few times they countered, they would get the ball into the half and by one or two passes lose it because it was being intercepted. Um, it was kind of frightening. Huh? I mean, to see how Haiti was just continuously dominating us in our half with very few chances by us going into the second half. Then, lo and behold, 39th minute, a nice dummy by Levi. He got some space, he got brought down. I thought I thought it would be a yellow because he was far from the goal, but no, it was a red card. I said to myself, well, you know, what excuse does Trinidad have now? We've got about 50 plus minutes against a 10-man team. The Haitians continue to outplay us with 10 men. They got a penalty call in the 44th minute. It looked like a 50-50 penalty to me. The referee went to VAR, said no penalty. We were lucky we got away. Second half starts, Trinidad is still being outplayed by a 10-man Haiti team. And then 49th minute, if I could read my handwriting, 49th minute was a goal by Haiti, good build up. Not surprising. They were outplaying us. It was not a good display by Trinidad and Tobago. Around the 57th minute, Dwight York make some changes which had an effect on the game. He brought on, if I can remember correctly, he brought on Kevin Molino, Real Gil, Yeats, and Jaheim Thomas. And certainly Molino and Gil in particular, um, the skill and the speed of Gil, his dribbling, his ability to run all over the place, it made a difference. All of a sudden, you had Molino, Real Gil working in tandem with Spicer. And it was a much different game. And that's another thing. They had Spicer behind Nathaniel James. Spicer, for the first time in his life, played for Trinidad, was invisible in a match. The moment they moved James away, substituted him, brought Spicer up front, and he was working with Molino and Gill, things were different. Much, much different. This man needs to be up front. He's a provider. He troubles a defense, and troubling a defense is good. It means they're under pressure, and our defense isn't. Some people chastise him and say, "Well, you know, he's not really he doesn't go for goal. He doesn't score." No, he's not much of a scorer. He's more of a provider. In more than 30 games for Toronto FC, he's only scored 3 goals, good goals, but only 3. But you've seen him so many times assist or play a part in the goals for Trinidad and Tobago. I mean, it's obvious why that man should be playing on the left. Blind people could see that, all right? And all of a sudden, the game became different. Trinidad and Tobago started to dominate, which we should have playing against 10 men. Haiti continued to have their moments. Around the 65th minute, somebody from defense, I don't know who it was, I couldn't make out the player, sent a long pass to Spicer. Long pass. He took it, went up the left under pressure, and hit the post. It was one of our more dangerous moments. Um, so When did we score our goal, boy? Like I didn't write it down. A lapse. And lapse I did. I was so depressed I forget to write down when we scored our goal. Well, we scored our goal in the 68th minute. It was a nice header. I believe it's Garcia. And Isaiah Garcia is his name. I forget the fellow first name. So many Garcias on the Trinidad team. Whereas I just depressed it. Anyway, good header by Garcia. Garcia in general had a decent game. Um, So, we were playing better, but what happens? Haiti gets a penalty in the 83rd minute. Now, I thought it was fractionally outside. For some strange reason, this referee decided not to use VAR. He used it before and declined what seemed to be a penalty call. Now it seems like it's not a penalty. He could use VAR. He did not use VAR, gave the penalty to Haiti. Thank God the Haitians threw away. We get away. All right, it's 1-0. And Real and Molino continued to pester them. Spicer had a good second half. The moment they put him up front, 97th minute, last minute of injury time, Real went on a counter. Had this one player in front of him, shot very wide. And in the end, it was a very anticlimactic. I mean, it was interesting in that it was good end-to-end football. The moment we brought on the subs, it became exciting. So for the fans, yes. But if you're a Trinidad fan, it was a very anticlimactic game. We have a long, long way to go. We seem lost when the short pass doesn't work. We do not seem to know how to distribute the different ends of the field. The long pass seems to have disappeared. Strange considering the coach. We do not have someone, forget our latter people, but somebody who can at least from the middle of the park spray the ball and stretch the defense and provide for players. A Duarica, a Trent Noel, a Terry St. Louis. I'll never call that a P name again. I mean, it's like expecting God to come down and play for Trinidad. Um, so that's it. We have a long way to go. We have to play against Saudi Arabia. They had a good match and a 1-0 loss to USA. They're a solid team. They were playing away from home on USA soil. They've got a strong defense, a decent midfield, a decent forward line. They've got good long passes. They shoot from the outside. We have our work cut out for us. What I would like to see is, after I talk about some of the Trinidad midfielders who are truly talented but too small, so we just forget about that for right now. What I would like is Spicer must start up front, not behind anybody. And perhaps in the midfield, put Real Gil. These Saudis are not that big. Maybe they can't bully him too much. He could start. He will dribble well. He will shoot from the outside. He will provide. He will run up and down that field. He will, dribble. Maybe draw some fouls. He will do something. And I think it would not be a deficiency to have him in the midfield. Yeah, and I'll put Spicer up there. Another thing I might do, and some people may not agree, but sometimes you put players in different positions to help out the team. Put Levi on the right, Spicer on the left, and Jovan Jones up front. And let maybe, Phillips and whoever in the middle provide for him, maybe even Phillips and Molino. The good thing I would like about Jovan Jones and Molino is that they are not defensive deficiencies. But we need to do something. We need to have more flair. We need to have more innovation, and we need to have people who could provide. Jovan up front, he wouldn't be slow. He could dribble a bit. He could shoot, and of course, he got two men on either side on the flanks who can provide for him. It's not a bad idea, but we need to do something to be. We were so impotent. It was embarrassing. Not just watch how we struggle against Haiti, but then watch how we struggle against a 10-man Haiti. I am telling you, Suriname and Curacao are comparative to Haiti in terms of their players playing in good leagues. These Haitians, they got one player each in the French first, second, and third division, one in the Greek Super League, one in the Turkish Super League, one in the Danish first division, three in the MLS, and a couple other leagues going on. So, they got good players. I know Curacao must be just smiling from ear to ear right now. But Dwight said some big names are coming. I'm hoping we can we're getting 6 players because we need players like crazy, but we could at least get 3 who could show up the defense and have some ability and flair, because we need that. And fellas who could pass a damn ball. I mean, when the short pass is not working, we need to know how to make a long pass, how to stretch the ball on either side of the field, how to make the defenders run, put the defenders under pressure, do some damn thing. Well, that's it. It was a very anticlimactic game. We have a game against Saudi Arabia. Nobody expects much from us. We were very lucky to draw 1-1. We struggled for most of the match against a 10-man squad. Give Dwight credit. Good subs in the second half. They made a difference. It was less pressure. But we shouldn't have to boast about looking good in the last 33 minutes or 42 minutes, including injury time, against a 10-man squad. This wasn't 10-man Brazil. This was 10-man Haiti. what Haiti and Curacao and Suriname have shown is that they are strong, strong contenders for the second spot in their respective groups. But that is a conversation for another video. Hail Carib-Sport, I'm Frisan Bolai. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. God bless Trinidad Tobago. God bless Dwight Yorke. God bless me.